Hey, hey, happy football eve, y'all. It's time to let's get it. Let's go. I'm so excited. Football is back, y'all. Let's get the show started. No camera tonight.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, hey, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White rap for the beat, though.
Welcome back to the home of original sports perspective. From our couch to yours, this is your host, your couch rider Raven. I just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you coming back. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with your boy. And if you're new here, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. Hey, tonight's gonna be just a solo show tonight. It's just me. I'm gonna keep it short because you know what? Let's give some of that time back to our families because tomorrow it's a whole nother world. We're probably gonna be up watching football all night. So we're gonna probably keep this show to about 30 minutes tops. Well, mainly because I'm missing half of the show anyway, because Cameron's sick. So, a moment of silence for Cameron and his dinner tonight special. So we won't be having that because Cameron is not going to be on the show tonight. We wish him the best. Hope everything's going good with him. And we'll go ahead and see who's in the room before we start our motivational moment. Let's see here. I guess before we even do that, if you'd like to support the channel, you can always do. You can always hit the like button. You can hit that subscribe, smack the bell. But if you really want to support, and like I said, all proceeds usually going to Cameron's, whatever his hobby is nowadays. It's probably video games or Minecraft, or it was Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. It just basically goes to the boy. So any proceeds gained from tonight will go to my son Cameron as he has a blast living life doing him. Anyway, you want to support, you can buy shirts, whatever, stickers, what is it, cups, sports bras, you name it. It's all on that site right there. So anyway, let's keep rolling. Delicious is in the actually no, Lisa is first person in the room. She's always here before the show starts. She's behind the scenes, just giving straight to business. Like, hey, look, she says, "Hey, Jermaine and Cameron, I was thinking about bringing a vet in to help with the defense in case of emergency. Okay, if you got them type of skills, let's do it. Bring them on in. It's great. I know exactly what you mean. Yes, we should bring in a vet but we'll get into that in just a second here. Delicious is here. He says, what's up, Couch Rider and Cam? We finally here. Yes, we did. Telling you, I know y'all did a lot of sacrifice. I know there was a lot of family time and going to church and all doing all the right things. And I'm saying that still needs to go down now. I mean, you have probably learned some valuable life lessons from the last couple of months about how much you were missing out on as a father figure or even as a mother figure for a few of you during football season. So, let's keep it going. Let's keep being those good family members that we can be to our family. But of course, recognize that it's football season. I do have a sign above my door that says we interrupt this marriage for football season. So she has a full understanding of what my commitment is to you all and commitment to all my other commitments. So, she's a very supportive wife. I'm surprised she hasn't left yet. I'm glad she's still here. But like I said, be good to your people. Brooke is in the building. What's up, girl? And Lisa's still here. So Lisa says, FYI, Jermaine, Charlie Kolar is 6'7". Oh, that's right. I said he was 6'6" yesterday. He's a beast. 6'7". We definitely need him on the field as much as possible. Lisa said, that's good enough, bro. And Cam hugs are coming your way, man. Hugs are coming your way. All right. With that said, let's roll in to that positive motivational moment that we have for you today. So I'm going to be honest with you. It's been a day. It's been a real day. I sucked at the job today. It was terrible. I had no intentions of waking up saying, Yeah, man, I'm gonna suck it up today at the job. But it was pretty bad. I made some mistakes. Uh, it was tough. I almost felt like hitting the retirement button. I saw somebody actually hit the retirement button today. She narrated it perfectly on her little Facebook page, and it was beautiful. She had the Jurassic Park music when they first opened up the park before things getting scary, and she's hovering all over the page trying to get to the spot where she needs to go to request her retirement. I was so happy for her. So shout out to the homie. You know who you are. You hit that retirement button today. We saw that. We saw the video. It was great, and we definitely can say congratulations. Come 1 September 2024. So yeah, it was great. Great. Good to see you on that. Anywho, to the motivational moment. Like I said, I sucked at my job today. I didn't mean to. It wasn't intentional. I didn't come into work thinking I was going to just do a terrible job. But we have those days. We do. We do. So today's motivational quote. Let me move this thing off the screen right now. Today's motivational quote says, "You'll have good days. You'll have bad days. Overwhelming days. Too tired days. I'm awesome days. I can't go on days. And every day you'll still show up." You do. It's true. It is very true. And sometimes it's going to be worse than others. Some days you're going to be like, this is just terrible. I can't do this no more. But be thankful that you have a job. Be thankful that you had that opportunity to be able to provide for your family or for yourself. And try to get up that next day and give what you can for your team, for your boss, for your people, for your nation. If you're serving, shout out to those who serve and shout out to those who are supporting those who serve. Uh, just look for those opportunities to be better at what you do. It's your craft. Try to make yourself as great as you can possibly be, so that one day when you are done doing what you have to do, you get to do what you want to do. All right. So that is today's motivational quote. You're welcome. All right. Let's roll into it. Y'all probably like, man, why did he even put this title up here on the screen? What is going on? So, what would the Ravens do with all the extra cap space? So, the reason I thought it was extra cap space is because I saw with Marlo, he made some room. He went. I think he missed practice today. Of course, he did. But he was on the field, but he was in there negotiating a cap restructure, which ended up creating about it was $7 million total. I think $7.3 million. No, $7.5 million in cap space is what he helped create. But the Ravens were under $2 million, so we're looking at about $5.26 million. So I'm like, let's go shopping. Let's go. We're going. No, I don't think we can go shopping with that. But if we were to go shopping, we need to go ahead and think about this year. Like, I am not going to say I'm at a state of emergency when it comes to our cornerback position, but I do feel like okay, it might not be that much of a panic, but I am saying that if the Ravens got a couple extra dollars, there's some targets. There's some dogs out there that we need to go after. And right now they sit on the back end of their contracts, and they got a little cheese on the back of their contract. No doubt, no lie. But I got three legit names for you that the Ravens could trade for. And they may be able to make out a deal, have an extension, and put them on this team to win now. This is one of those times where ADC doesn't need to worry about the 2024 NFL draft. This is the time where we have a full-on squad full of dogs. I mean, when you are looking at the Baltimore Ravens and you're saying, hey man, we ain't got no problems on offense. You're like, what? Say again? We ain't got no problems on offense. My best Marcus Peters voice. So what I'm saying is there's not too many issues on the offense that need to be addressed. Yes, we do know that there's probably going to be an ongoing competition, even though Simpson won the job right now, for left guard. But for the most part, the Ravens are relatively healthy on offense. Of course, my boy Mandrew's got that hip, or he got some issue, unrelated issue, or whatever. I don't know if he's going to be ready to go. He had a good practice today. So what I'm saying is, on defense, we know what we need. We know what holes have been filled, but we know what holes are not. And we know what holes have caused me to play that daggone sound, that panic sound. And everybody's like, should we panic? Now, I mean, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, if we go into that game and Joe Burrow throws for 500 yards on us, I'm going to hit that panic button and I'm going to let it play the whole show while I'm talking. Like, no cap. What I'm saying is we need a corner. We need a corner bad. Let's hear about what you got to say before I even jump into these comments here. All right. So Wilbert is here with the shade. Let's see what he pulled out the jar today. He says Ravens will bring in the Baker with all the extra cap space to finally have an elite quarterback and one that doesn't give up on his team to eat crab cakes. Wilbert, go sit in the corner, bro. This was completely out of line. I just can't believe you go and say something like that. Just. I'd say I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. Wilbert, you know what? We love you, bro. We get some help. Get better. Get well soon. I know you're not sick, but get well soon. All right. Let's see. Lisa says, be happy that you have a job and friends to go to. Yes, it's great having great friends in my life. I miss my workout buddy, Roger. Next week, we get into it, buddy. Next week, we're working out hard. We're gonna hit that gym. Make sure I'm trying to look like Cambrew coming up in here, man, with the guns and all that. So let's see who else in the room. Shane is here. What's good, man, brother? So Shane and I, we had a rocky start. We were on the Facebook page, and I said some things. I said some things. He brought up some tough points and some different perspective, and I said some things. I'm sorry, Shane. I'm sorry. It was like people was coming at Lamar or whatever, and yeah, I was getting defensive. That was my bad, bro. But we good now. We cool. We cool. All right. So Delicious is laughing. This is good. Brooks over here like that scared me. Lisa says, "Don't start Wilbert. I'm not in the mood for hearing about Cleveland and Baker Mayfield. I don't think anybody ever be in the mood for hearing about Cleveland or Baker Mayfield in here." Wilbert says, "Good evening, Miss Lisa. Shantae is here. Hey, y'all, what's going on? It's good to see y'all coming back. Before, I was just like, man, are they going to come back after I got back from deployment? I'm not sure. And then y'all started to show up a little bit more and a little bit more. We're going to continue to build this thing until it turns back into that crazy riding monster until the wheels fall off." All right, Brooke says he got an unknown injury because nobody will tell us. Well, I'm thinking, you know what, I think I don't want to put this out there because it's like, I have a family member with this type of condition, and he's trying to best figure out his condition, is what I'm guessing, to better be on that football field. It's been hot. And when people are hot and you got this type of condition that he has, it's hard to regulate it. And if y'all have read about his past, you know about the condition. But I'm saying, I ain't gonna just throw it out there or whatever. But yeah, if you know, you know. But it's one of those things that it's hard to regulate as the temperature goes up and down. So they probably just preserving them for the season. And they say they look good today. So, all right. Delicious says, corner and edge, I'm a little concerned about, specifically the pass rush. Well, the pass rush, I think, is going to be fine. Like, when you got Jadeveon over there and he stops, he gets with our nutritionist and gains a couple pounds. Maybe he goes and eats with the defensive tackles a couple of days, gets back in the gym. Because, like I said, look like he skipped leg day and probably every other day that is. He's probably skipped as much gym time as I have the last couple of weeks. Anywho, hopefully he gets there, gets his weight up, starts looking more physical than less, and of course, keeps that same amount of speed and stuff. I know as you get older, you want to try and shed the pounds so you can stay fast. But when you do that, you're taking away that muscle, which protects the bones. And then all of a sudden injuries come. Jadeveon need to get his weight up. Nurse, Lisa said, no time for panicking. And she said, ain't no time for panic. Okay. Wilbur says his unknown injury is he wants to go. Muno, Delicious says Owe and Ajabo must ball out. I think so. I think this has got to be it's got to be a timeshare. Everybody gets in and tries to get this thing going because I mean we need Bowser back from injury. We want him to ball. I want Malik Ham to just come out and do his thing. I want Bowser and Owe to come off them ends fast as I'll get out. I want David Allen to get his before he takes his 5-6 game rest or whatever because of an injury or whatever. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, I'm a hater. I'm gonna go ahead and call myself out. All right, Wilbert. Baker doesn't even want to play with Baker, Brooks says. Said Baker don't want to play with Baker. Oh, y'all hilarious tonight. Anyway, I says, Shantae, she says, do you think a pass rusher would be cheaper or a cornerback to bring in? Well, right now, well, I mean, you got to figure if depending on if it's the top of the market or not. If we're talking about a top tier, top of the market type player, figure Marlowe is getting somewhere around 30 mil a year, or no, it's like 20 something mil a year. I think it's like 28 mil a year. But if we're trying to bring in a top tier corner, it's going to cost a great bit. Pass rusher is still going to cost a significant amount of cheese if we talk about top of the line with our and draft picks. We're looking at a few bargain players, and I'll get into that in just a second here. Shane and I have called a truce, so we are definitely getting along now. This is great. Lisa is telling Wilbur to just go ahead and knock it off. Then let's see. Shane saying we should sign nobody yet. Nobody yet. I guess you want to see what those other corners are going to offer this season. And I think Arthur Maulet is probably the one that I'm like, all right, let's see what he got. Rocky Sin, I don't feel comfortable. Sorry. Like if we go up there and I say Jamar Chase against Rocky Sin, we're gonna have a problem. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They got three dogs out there. I mean, when you got Boyd and Higgins, yeah, it's gonna be some smoke in the city. We need a top tier corner to come into Baltimore and help us out a bit. Let's see. Bruce said, "You stay on him being scrapped." Am I lying though? Am I lying? Do I need to go pull up a photo? I can pull up. Somebody else just pull up a photo. Probably message me or whatever. I'm telling you, that don't look like an average defensive end right now. This don't look like the same guy that when he came into the NFL. This don't look like the same guy he was last year. Like when you go look at Clowney this year and last year, I ain't saying what his offseason habits was, but he might have been hanging around Dave Chappelle and one of his personalities. You get what I'm saying? All right. Shane says Facebook posting sucks. Had to switch it up. That's what I'm talking about. Come through the show, bro. Make sure you subscribe. All right, Brooks says, Jermaine sound like me with the hate. Yes, Brooks. Hate. You got hate in your heart, let it in. All right. Yeah, ain't nobody really sure about Rock. Let's be honest. So yeah, he looks grounded. That's what I'm saying. Boy need to eat. He need to come on the show and then figure out what Cameron's eating and just walk on the set and just snatch the plate straight up. All right, I'm gonna get into it, folks. Here we go. First guy, like I said, the Ravens converted $9.42 million of the 2023 salary for Marlon Humphrey into $7.536 million in cap space. So they basically just gave him all this money up front, right? All this money up front. These players love it. They love hopping in the office and the coach or the GM or the owner or whatever is saying, hey, man, you want that money up front or do you want to earn $1.26 million this year because that's all we agreed to pay you out this year because we gave you a big signing bonus. But now I'm going to give you an extra bonus because I'm going to give you some of that money that's on the back end of your contract up front. I just need you to go ahead and take it now, walk about the office, and let me figure out the rest of the math. And they're like, yeah. All right. So that left us with $5.26 million to spend. Not to save, to spend. Some people are like, oh, that money's saved for Andrew. No, to spend. We spending money. We ain't trying to be conservative. This is the year. I know I hate to be like the Dallas Cowboys, but I'm saying this is our year. This is our year. How about the Ravens? Let's go. First guy on the list that we could spend some money on. He's 29 years old. He is in New England right now. He has played inside and outside corner and excelled at outside corner last year. baller, thrived at outside corner last year. He had 2 picks against the Colts. One of them was a pick 6. Balling. He plays nickel. He can do both. And he can even play safety. Can play safety. Tons of experience. I'm talking about Jonathan Jones, y'all. He's on the last year of his deal. This guy is a full-on baller. We've seen it plenty of times before, even against us. I think we threw a pick to him with Hollywood going one-on-one. I think Lamar threw a pick to that dude on the right side. He's got a $12.7 million cap, but he's in the last year of his deal. And when you're in the last year of your deal, you want somebody to give you a contract. You want somebody to sign you to that extension. If Baltimore reaches out, says, "Hey man, hey Bill, you mind if we go ahead and y'all team ain't really nothing anyway. I'm just saying, y'all ain't going. You got Mac Jones. You got Mac Jones, bro. It's not even that serious. Like y'all ain't going nowhere. You ain't got nothing. You already took Judo from us. You owe us. You owe us. Come here. Go and give him here. Sign this man to probably about a 2-year deal. 2-year deal, paying him about, I say $9 million a year. We throw $3 million on a credit card because we already know how to use it now. At least EDC knows how to use a credit card. He's like, oh, this is how this thing works. Let's put some money down the road. We're not going to be the Saints. We're not going to be like 75 mil to 100 mil in the negative at the end of the season. I'm just saying, for a Super Bowl type year, which is for the Ravens and not for the Patriots, we snatched one of these top players, kick those tires 1 or 2 last times, send them off into the sunset with the ring, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Jonathan Jones will put us in that position, and having Marlo on the other side, Mallett in the middle, having that depth at corner is what we need. And this guy could be at the top of the chart and pushing a couple other guys down who could end up learning from his tutelage because he's got that experience. But the cost, though, would probably be a 3rd-round pick. I think Baltimore's up for a 3rd-round pick. I know we like to slide those fifths out of nowhere, but if we're talking about a legit corner that is a starter day one, can come in and, hey, I ain't saying he's going to be able to take on Jamar Chase and be as successful 100% of the time, but dude had a pretty good year. He had a pretty solid year. You can't look. This is not a lose-lose situation. This is a win situation for Baltimore. We give up a 3rd. If EDC can work a 3rd, work a 4th because the guy's in the last year of his deal, cool. But I'm imagining high side 3rd-round pick, low side if he can swing a 5th, because you know how he is with them 5th-round picks. He just makes it look like it's better. Hey, I got that 5th round. You come, you 5th round? Yeah. Oh, come on. All right. So let's see what else to say. Okay, we got Gerald in the building. What's good, Gerald? What's happening? Glad to have you here. Lisa says Jerry Jones loves to spend money. Okay, yeah, I mean, he spent a lot of money. He ain't got either. He's just one of them. But that's just him. He likes to spend money on stadiums. He likes to spend money on everything, man. All right, so she said, what are we trading at? 3rd-round pick. What are your thoughts on this? Oh, hold up. Kenny D just came out of nowhere saying Steelers nation. When you went the wrong one, you don't see this man right here? You don't see this bad man on the screen right here? You don't see that there? Oh, yeah. You're in the wrong room, homeboy. This is what it's about. Okay, y'all go ahead and welcome this Steelers fan to the room. We appreciate you coming through. We invite and talk trash to all. Wilbert has been in the room forever, and we have welcomed him as family, even though he is one of them family members that, you always got that one family member that's just a little bit off, And it's okay. We still love him. We do. It's just we know that eventually we're gonna be taking care of him someday. That's okay. That's okay. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you because already you're starting to show those signs. You out there, Kenny. You too, man. Welcome to the family. All right. So, like I said, welcome Kenny to the room properly, and so we talked about Jonathan Jones. That is our number one. Let's say that's our number 3 option. Number 3, because I got 3 guys. So 3 guys. That was number 1. Could cost us, I'd say, roughly his contract could be around $8 million a year. Right now, he's gaining $12 million on his last deal, but that's the end of his deal. If we sign him to a 2-year deal worth about 16, then I think it's a solid deal. We give up a 3rd-round pick. We put a couple of void years on the back end of that to cover that 1.5, mil or something like that, or 2.5 mil over a couple of years. Like I said, credit card, just work it all out in the back end of the details there. But we could get a contender for the Super Bowl with us. Next guy. Look, I know y'all don't like them cats, but when you're in Baltimore, when you see one of these guys and they come over across that beltway, and like I said, when it comes to the gangs and stuff, man, you see one of these cats wearing these colors, y'all got issues. But we're gonna have to invite one of these cats over the beltway to Baltimore. And I'm talking about Kendall Fuller, y'all. Kendall Fuller, 28 years old. He's 5'11", 198 pounds. Okay, so what? Nowadays, these young cats are flying everywhere and they sitting around 175 pounds. We need speed. Kendall, I'm telling you, he's just a beast. He's just absolutely a beast. He's a quiet dog. Quarterbacks do not want to throw to this guy's side of the field. They just don't want it. They don't want that smoke. Sure, he's got an $11.65 million cap hit. He's a free agent next year, but he had 3 interceptions in 2022 and 13 pass defenses. 13 pass defenses. That's pretty solid. That is pretty solid. Washington got a guy. But at the same time, I'm giving them the same philosophy that I said about them daggone Patriots. Their time is over. Washington time been over. And I think they on this way up kind of deal. I'll be honest with you. I'll say in about 2 years, we're gonna look at Washington running the NFC East. That's just kind of what because they're just on that trajectory. I think they're gonna be running the NFC East. I think the Cowboys are gonna be on even more of a decline. We'll say Philly is probably gonna stay consistent. I say it's gonna be competitive between Philly and between Washington. But anyway, right now, if I'm Eric DeCosta, I'm knocking on the door. I'm walking across the street and just knock on the door, and I'm like, "Hey, can Kendall Fuller come out and play?" Because we got the contract. We're gonna be able to make a deal, something similar to the same one that I was just talking about with Jonathan Jones. But I think Kendall Fuller would fit well in this defense and would he would lock his side of the field down. Imagine Kendall Fuller, Marcus Williams, Hamilton, and Marlowe. And like I said, we just, how does folks battle it out for the slot? We'll figure it out. But having those guys in there like that, oh man, it would be a thing of beauty. Be a thing of beauty. We could actually go into Cincinnati with our head held high and our chest out saying, "Let's go, Joe." Because we're gonna bring it. We already know our front seven straight. We know they're gonna bring pressure. We already seen it in camp that they was pushing the pocket so much that Lamar was getting frustrated, punting balls down the field, rolling out of pocket, catching sacks that he should have caught on that family day. You know what I'm talking about. That should have been a sack. Y'all already know. I know he was zipping and going all over the place like that, but I'm pretty sure if they was allowed to hit that dude, he'd have been hit. Anywho, like I said, 3 interceptions in 2022, 3 pass defenses, free agent in 2024. He's got $11.65 million cap figure right now. A little bit cheaper than our guy over here, Jonathan Jones. But like I said, you put him on a 2-year deal, maybe even a 3-year deal. Like I said, 28 years old, still got some shelf life left on the legs, because once you hit 30, them legs start to go. And like I said, y'all gonna see it out of Marcus Peters this season. Y'all believe me. Kendall Fuller as a Raven. I'd love to see it. You'd love to see it. All right, and let's read some comments here to see what y'all got to talk about before we can get going into the last one before I end the show. All right. Let's see. Elisa says, "Please give us a break, Kenny." Shane says, "Kenny D, more like Kenny Doubt." I love that. Burn. Have you ever seen that 70s show? All right. So let me go over here. So I said Kendall Fuller. So we know about that one. And I changed. I did. I swear. I just did. I need a producer. All right. Let's see. Lisa says, "No, thank you, Jermaine. I'm happy with what we have." I don't know what you're talking about in the family. No, we good. Lisa, I know you homing it up right now, right? So for those of y'all new to the show, Lisa is our resident, true to the faith, religious Ravens fan, bleeds everything that Charm City is. and she loves her Ravens, everyone on the roster right now, and will fight everybody to the nail. To the nail. Because she loves her team. Now, I understand, like, at least we just got to look at what's out there. Let's bring some stuff in. It's not like we cheating on nobody, whatever. We trying to bring them in the house, All right, Kennedy says, I like the Ravens better than I do the Browns and Bengals. I like Lamar. Yes, I appreciate you, man, for that love. I got a lot of respect for the Steelers, I'll be honest. Najee looked like he's going to be choke slamming people this season. Kenny Pickett, George Pickens is going to be an annoying beast in this league for a while because he talks the trash and then he can definitely back it up with his ability to just go up and get it, man. That boy can climb the ladder. I do like Deontay Johnson. Twitchy, fast, just, man, I don't know if anybody can cover this cat. If they use him right, still is going to be a problem this season. Yeah, of course, JJ is a beast. Excuse me, TJ is a beast. So, and Fitzpatrick, y'all got some dogs. I do. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be competitive, but I still don't see. Go back and watch the other shows, and you see how I truly feel. Okay, Kenny says Zay Flowers is gonna ball out for the Ravens. Good pick. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I was thinking like Smith and Jigma, but as soon as it started getting closer and started, like I said, we started looking at the reviews and the constant endorsements from Steve Smith Sr. about Zay. I was like, man, this is all right. It's all right, dude. And when we got him, I was pumped. I'm sitting here in Kansas City eating barbecue, really pumped about Zay Flowers. And then just seeing him in this preseason, oh my goodness. It's just nasty. He's just like whipping people off the screen, man. It was crazy. So sick with it. Anywho, Lisa says, be scared. Joe Burrow would be very, very scared. The thing about Joe is the Cleveland Browns, they win when they sack this guy more than twice. So if Baltimore can get this dude on his back a couple of times, maybe we got a good outcome. I say we can get him on his back like 6-7 times, whatever. We've seen him take those 9 and 10, 11 sacks a game. And he still won. That was crazy. That was against Tennessee, I think. Yeah, like 72 sacks on the season before even going into that game. Ugh. We got to get him on his back. Get him on his back a whole lot more. Make him play from his back, because if he on his back, he can't get that ball to them boys. Let's see here. What'd you say, bro? She said, bring MP back. Are you over here crying about MP? I'm telling you right now. Y'all heard it. I'm telling you. Watch the game this weekend. Watch the Raiders game. MP Juice, man, in the red zone is going to look phenomenal. But before that, you're going to be wondering, like, all right, are you going to be sitting here like, and you know what? Cash Rider was right. He was right. The dude ain't got the legs no more. I'm telling you right now, there's a reason that Baltimore was like, all right, look, we okay. But it wasn't just the argument with Harbaugh. You get the young buck on that cat right there, and he going to get burnt up. All right, Kennedy says Burrow might re-aggravate that calf. Yeah, he tries to roll out of pocket and scramble again. Doing a scramble drill, it might be an issue. DC is here. He says it'll definitely be an NFC cornerback, hoping the Eagles cornerback play good, so they're more willing to part with one because they got depth. That would be a really intriguing. Which one would you like to bring over here? Because those corners in the Super Bowl were phenomenal as far as their season. I think between them, I think they had 26 passes defense. It was pretty solid. Gerald says, I'm not scared of the Browns, Bengals, or Steelers, but have respect for them. I feel like when it comes to the Browns, they're sneaky scary right now because they're quiet. They're quietly picking up additions that make that team just a little bit stronger. You're starting to see like, all right, look, we had Eli Moore come over there, and he is twitchy fast. Dude, watching the videos of him earlier in his career, route running was about as good as Zay Flowers. He was just like 1-2 moves, and next thing you know, he's just creating 3 or 4 yards of open space to do whatever he wanted to do with. I don't know what happened with the Jets, but he's in Cleveland now, and he might cause some problems. Donovan Peoples-Jones, like people are doubting the law firm, or the new law firm, but I think this guy has the ability to climb the ladder to make those jump ball catches. He can make some things happen as far as moving chains down the field. And I like Donovan Peoples-Jones. I mean, I'm sorry, I hate to just take this show to a level to where we're showing love to all these different opponents, but it's not going to be easy. And it's not going to be easy in the North. This is not the NFC. This is going to be a full-on slobber knocker, bring your kids outside and hit them with the water hose type of drama, because that's what we're going to be dealing with in the North right now, in the AFC North. In the AFC in general, it's going to be a full-on brawl because we got some of the best quarterbacks in the league in one conference. Make no daggone sense. Darn you, Aaron Rodgers, staying in the dark thinking about stuff. Anyway, of course, we already know what the Bengals are. I mean, the Bengals they are a high-powered offense, and that running game cannot be ignored. It cannot be ignored because Mixon's still going to ball too. Whoever says Browns 17-0-1, we tie with the bye week and best everyone else. Bucks Browns Super Bowl. Right there. Put your nose in the corner. Nose in the corner. All right. Moving on. Lisa says, don't mind my dog and her barking. You talking about Wilbert. All right. Shante says, Cleveland is definitely going for Joe Burrow's legs. Oh, man, that sounds dirty. All right, Gerald says, I think Jadeveon Clowney and OBJ will get revenge on the Browns. I don't know if it's about with OBJ, yeah, it might be about revenge. I don't know if it's a thing about revenge with Clowney. I don't think he's like bitter with them. I think he's just like, it's a business. He recognizes that he's older in age, that he hasn't been as healthy, that the Browns were trying to get somebody to pair up with Garrett and do their thing. So I think he recognizes the business side of things. That's why he didn't get signed for so long. So I think he wants to make them regret not signing him back. Maybe it is a revenge thing. I don't know. I feel like it's a business, and he's going to come and suit up just like he would suit up against anybody else. So good times. We'll get to this final pick here in just a second here. Let's see. We have Brooks says he just came back from an injury. That isn't fair. Who was I talking about? I don't even know. All right, Shane says one name, Ronald Darby. Okay, all right, I can see where you're coming from with that. I still, for me, potential mean, he ain't really did nothing yet. I think Darby's straight, but bring it here, man. Bring it here. There was a guy back in the day that I wanted to see shine, who I think he played next to Ronald Darby. I'm not mistaken if he was in Buffalo. His last name was Rambo. Can't remember what his first name was. Dude cold with it. He didn't get a fair shot though. But when he was on the field, dude shine. I just don't think he got a fair shake. Oh man, we got celeb in the building. I'll get to it in just a second. Brooks says I have zero respect for the Bengals. Oh yeah, you like the hoodie, man? This is fun. Like I had this since like last year, but of course I was deployed last year, so I didn't really get to do any shows during the deployment. But yeah, I had this for a minute. I got a little cold down here in the basement. I was in here just because the AC is really nice down here, and then upstairs is not as great. So down here we want to keep it nice and chill, so everybody else can be okay upstairs. So yeah, I wear hoodies during the shows, but man, this is definitely one of my favorite. Because got a little glory right here, and of course got that. And then I think the coolest thing about this. Hold on, this chair gonna squeak a little bit, y'all. Right there, it's got the player who is never ever gonna get traded. Never ever gonna retire. Will always be here. So yeah, I loved the customization of this jersey. All right. Lisa says the Eagles are going to be Bulldogs this season. They are already Bulldogs. They are all Bulldogs this year because they just picked up every Bulldog you can imagine at the draft, and they even traded for one. They just was not done. They love them some Georgia. It's called Eagles, the DSGBs. That's all it is. Dirty South Georgia boys. All right. Gotta show love. That's what it's all about, and respect, absolutely. You know, when it comes to our divisional opponents, you recognize that they are a factor, and there's a reason these games are played. We're not going to the Super Bowl without beating these guys. So, of course, we need to walk in there and give them some respect before we wipe our feet all over their faces and then keep moving up the street to the next teams. So, much love to the AFC North opponents. And that's right, Cameron. I know you see me watching. I know you see me over here on this show. I'm drinking my Mountain Dew. I got to have it. Got to have it. And like I said, welcome to the show, Ingraven. Let's see. If y'all don't know, y'all probably already know. Ingraven, one of the best YouTubers out there. You know, I mean, just amazing. Constant updates, constant perspective, hilarious. I think today he said he wanted to race Tyreek Hill. And he called him out and never got a phone call back. So if you get that race, we definitely want to see that on YouTube. You need to go ahead and videotape that for sure. That will be hilarious. Don't be like that girl that fell in the street. I don't know if you saw that video where she was running and then clothes started going every which way, and then she went face first trying to think she could race old boy Tyreek. He was dressed as an old man, though. I said, yes, it's going to be a slugfest here. All right, Gerald is dying laughing right now. Lisa says, no, I'm referring to my dog, Angel. Okay. Well, I mean, I can't hear your dog. I don't know what's going on there. Brooks says, I think they asked him about it, and he said he didn't care about the Browns. He just focused on being here. I think so. Like I said, business suit is what he coming in with, even though it might be like 2 sizes too big right now because we know he got the old suit, and the old suit showed him flexing pretty good. Anyway, Kenny D says it's going to be a very, very sad day for 49ers fans come Sunday. Is that Pittsburgh playing the 49ers? I think I did pick the 49ers. I'm sorry. Reason is, some dogs. Christian McCaffrey, like I said, he's kind of like Clowney. He's going to give you a good 3 game, but not a good 3 games. He's going to give you a phenomenal 3 to 5 games before he goes on ER, or goes to the ER and then goes on IR. I'm just saying. That's just what it is. What it is. That's Chris McCaffrey in a nutshell. It's full on explosiveness, but he's just like that flare of a firework. It just, you think it's amazing, it's phenomenal, and all of a sudden you don't see anything left of the rice. That's Chris McCaffrey for you, and he's gonna give you everything he got on Sunday, or Monday, whatever the heck y'all play, whatever the Steelers is at. So I think the 49ers, the defense is stout. Brock Purdy, I think he's gonna come out balling. I mean, it's a possibility. And if he come out balling and that defense go ahead and attack your boy, Pickett might be throwing picks. It might be a problem. Anyway, I wish y'all the best of luck. But for my picks, I kind of, I got like, it's some money. I ain't even finna say because it's recorded here, and wifey might find out how much I put on that. Anyway, but we keep rolling. All right, DC. Mike Florio was saying they're trying to get Burrow's deal done before the game Sunday. You think that calf might flare up if the deal ain't done. Oh yeah, if his hand, it might just not work if the pen is not signing on the paper. He might just have yeah. You see what I'm saying? Just a little sprain there. It just don't work right. If the money ain't there, he can't throw the ball and. The calf, your hip bone's connected to your calf bone and all those different things, right? It's just how that's supposed to be said. But just recognize that contracts do affect injuries. I don't know how it is. If the money ain't right, it's hard to get up out of bed. I mean, y'all seen was it Mr. and Mrs. Smith? He didn't get up out of bed for less than $800,000, I think. All right. Gerald says, what's good, Ingraven? He's showing some love. Okay. Delicious is saying fire and laughing. Okay. Says you got that Ravens Tyler Lockett hoodie. Oh, this is also y'all forgot, huh? This is my last name is Lockett. But don't be stealing my identity, y'all. I gave y'all first name, last name. Okay, cool. Wilbur says, that's a mean hoodie. Got to get one for the Browns. Well, you do you, buddy. You do you. All right, Brooks says Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, Christian tough for 30 minutes he plays. Like I said, yeah, it's going to be a solid 30 minutes. 49ers definitely look tough. That is probably one of the 3 teams that look tough in the NFC. I mean, right now, like Chicago and Detroit look tough, like right now. Of course, them boys look good. Them boys look good. But you know how them boys is. They're gonna come out the gate hot. Everybody gonna be yelling, "How about them Cowboys?" And they're gonna be sitting here talking about this our year and all this good stuff. And then probably by like game 6, y'all gonna be wondering what's wrong with Dak, and then y'all be ready to fire him, and y'all gonna be blaming Zeke, even though he ain't even on the roster. You're gonna claim some reason that he's the issue or whatever, and then you're gonna be wanting to fire a coach. Look, Jerry gonna fire the kicker. We know how it is. Niners Cowboy life is it's tough. Yeah, for the shout out to the Cowboys fans because y'all are dedicated. You're extremely dedicated to be losing this daggone long since you ain't did nothing since 1996. Quick Strides is in the building. What's good? Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell so you know what's going down. All right, he says, I think Mark gets traded with the 4th for Jay Alexander before October 31st. See, you know what? Right here. Well, not that first part, but I did say the final name. Let me go ahead and pull it up for you right quick, man. Last guy, Jair Alexander, cornerback. This is the guy. We want to win the Super Bowl. We bring this guy to Baltimore. I'll get into it in just a second. Let me read these last few comments, and then we'll jump into why. She says they're about to sign Dax an extension, apparently. Oh, yeah. America's team, or like America's disappointment every year. And then Quick Strides says, we paid Lamar, can't keep everyone. Back up to Quick Strides comment. Ooh. So, I mean, it's difficult because, we tied the mark. We know that Lamar's tied the mark. I don't think that Mark is going anywhere. We are trying to build that contender, and Mark is a big piece of that contender right there. Likely is great, but we want to see. I'd like to just see both of them on the field at the same time with Zay and with OBJ. Just oh my goodness, that would be a sick offense. 12 personnel. Let's get it. Let's go. Anyway, back into the corner. Like I said, when it comes to Jair Alexander, I mean, last year, this dude had 5 interceptions, 14 pass defenses. I mean, he's considered by ESPN's Jeremy Fowler as the number 4 corner in the league. I don't even know. I honestly, I mean, number 4, who's number 2? Who's number 1? There's some great guys out there. I mean, Sauce is great. A couple of the rookies had solid years, but I think Jair is going to be consistent. He's going to keep it balling. He's a young cat. He's got a great relationship with Lamar Jackson, other than when Lamar hopped over his head to get into the end zone in preseason. And actually, I think Lamar got shut down after that because, he was doing Lamar-type things, and they were like, you can't do Lamar-type things this preseason. Go ahead, sit down. Same, in the corner, same place as Wilbert over here. And, I think they just recognize that Lamar going to be Lamar and that he only knows one particular type of play style, and that is his own. And it's going to be freestyle. It's going to be fun-filled. Anyway, he hopped over Jair, and it was just crazy to see because he became all these different memes. I even got a picture of Lamar jumping over the moon. That was like my screensaver for a long time. Loved it. But yeah, Jair would be a great corner to bring here because he's got that relationship with him. He's considered amongst his peers, amongst coaches, amongst players, owners, as one of the top corners in the league right now. And Green Bay ain't doing nothing. Is they in the same thing? What you gonna do with Jordan Love? What you gonna do with Jordan Love besides disappoint? Dude looked okay. He looked okay, but Green Bay is not in position right now to take the NFC North. That's going to be between Detroit and Chicago. So I don't know what I don't know what you're doing over there with this dude, this dog of a corner. You're like 2 years away from being able to recover from the loss of A.A. Rom. Why are you holding on to this dude? Don't do him like Barry Sanders got done. Don't do him like Megatron got done, like Detroit do people. Let him go. Let that man go. Let him go to greener pastures. Let him come over here to Baltimore. I ain't going to say we got greener pastures, but I am saying we'll pay the dude. We will pay the dude what he's worth. But having Jair and Marlo, it's a beautiful thing. I would love it. I would be on board 100% with that guy there. Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, let's read the comments here. Actually, let me go over this last little comment before we start going back to the comments here. Let's see. Like I said, we're talking about Jair right now. And he says, nobody said anything. But anyway, week 16, Justin Jefferson, top receiver in the league. Yeah, of course, the first time they faced off, Justin Jefferson got him. But he held Justin Jefferson in week 16 to not 5 catches, to not 4 catches, to not 3 catches, to not 2 catches, but 1 catch for 15 yards. When you hold the best receiver hands down in this league to 1 catch for 15 yards, you are him. You are him, and him belongs in purple and black. Let's get it. Let's go. Read these comments, man, and then we're going to go ahead and get up out of here for the night because, like I said, we're supposed to be here for like 30 minutes, but you know how I do. You know how me and Cameroon do, and we just have a good time with it. So I appreciate all y'all coming through. So let's talk about it. So I think we were still talking about the... We were going into... Kennedy says, Brock Purdy struggles against the better defense. I mean, you got to think about it. This is Mr. Irrelevant. So of course he's probably already been labeled to struggle in his draft review, everything else. So he's got all the odds against him. So that gives him even more of a chance to want to learn from it, want to develop from it. He's got San Francisco behind him 100%. So now that they're behind him 100%, you got to wonder, like, hey, if the pressure's off, what's the sky? The sky's the limit. Let's go. Quick Stride says likely is able to do it as a 1. I think so. I think he would be great as a 1. I just would be crying if we traded Andrews to go ahead and get one of these guys. Now we traded likely to pull in Jair. I don't know how I feel about it. I think that would be great. I mean, I'd be like, hey, you know what? Best of luck, likely. But then we got a real contender right there. And it would suck to, I wouldn't do it. I'd like to have all that strength that we got there. Merce said, now. All right. So Quick Stride says, not popular, but why not? Okay. And we still giving shout outs to Engraven, like I said, best YouTuber out there as far as Ravens. Brooks says, stealing your identity as we speak. Don't be doing that. You don't have to see it through. Briggy Baby says, America's team. Okay, we've been through this. All right, so we can't pay Lamar, can't keep everyone. Okay, we pay Lamar, can't keep everyone. Yeah, we can. We got that credit card now. We figured out how it worked. We figured out how the credit card works. You swipe. This is not like the little cartoon show. Swipe is yes, swiping. Okay, Shante says, do you think the Chiefs will pay Chris Jones the way the 49ers paid Nick Bosa? Yep. That's just how it is. This is how the contracts go. Next man along is going to get that dough. It's unless you are in the running back position. And for some reason, people like Derrick Henry don't understand numbers that they need to go up by $4 million, not down by $4 million. He screwed the running back market up. But yes, if you're not a running back, you're going to get paid that next salary and get paid equally if you are in your prime. Chris says $300 million cap in 2026. Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it because that means that we're going to have a little bit more room, a little bit more maneuverability when it comes to the cap space. Chris says pay every star. Yeah. I mean, you can pay some, you can pay most, but you know how Eric is. He wants some picks. But I am saying this year, go all in. Do what you can do to beef up this squad and make them phenomenal. Ready to rock. I want them to be like the 2019 Ravens to where we saw a little hole, and then when we go to fill it, and we got Marcus Peters, and things turned out very well. But I mean, that was 2019. Here we are 4 years later down the road. People get older. So this is the year. Ain't nobody getting younger. Let's get this money. Let's get this championship. Lisa says, my brother-in-law is a Cowboys fan. He's in Pennsylvania. I don't know how that works. Actually, yes, I do, because I was down in Wichita Falls, and I can tell you right now, during the regular season, them folks was full-on Cowboy fans, like to the fullest. Come January, they had Steelers starters jackets. I kid you not. I walked into Walmart, and the same people was yelling, how about them Cowboys? They all had these old-school, dirty starter jackets with Pittsburgh Steelers on, talking about they been there the whole time. I'm like, Cap. Anyway. All right. Mark ain't going anywhere. Oh, yeah, we know that. So your brother's a Cowgirls fan. So I all of my in-laws and my stepfather are all Cowboys fans. It is what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. He introduced me to football through the Cowboys. And then I got saved and was baptized in the waters of the harbor and came out a Ravens fan. It was great. It's beautiful. Loved it. Never looked back. Not a Cowboys fan. DC says pairing a zone cornerback like Jair with the man corner like Marlowe would be solid. Yes, indeed. Because you can be so versatile. And then, like I said, these young cats can develop from learning both styles from two players that are solid in both systems. DC says Lamar might have to come up off some of that money if we want a good corner. I mean, he could, but at the same time, he ain't really coming up off it. So the thing is like if they decide to kick the can down a little bit more down the road with Lamar and did a little bit of restructuring, which I doubt they're going to do in this first year already. They did a little bit of restructuring already because I think his cap number is fair this year. Which they don't want to do as far as kicking any more money down the road to make some more room. I mean, he's the one that they could do it with because they can't do it with Stanley's contract anymore because dude is basically got a $40-some million cap hit right this year. So, Kennedy says, I'll be back next Wednesday to bring on my Steelers victory over the Niners. Peace. Okay, Kennedy, good luck to you. Not really, but yeah, go Niners. I hope y'all get scarred all the way. No, I'm kidding. It should be a fun time to watch. Should be a fun watch. All right. Quick Stride says, yes, we pay Mark already. That makes him tradable. We ain't trading Mark. He ain't going nowhere. Dude's a Raven. Quick Strides, you tripping on your take, is what they said. All right. So laughing out loud is Shane. Let's see. Oh, Brooke hit the timer. So blessings, brother. I'm out. Okay. A couple people say, okay, they heading out. That lets me know it is time. It is time. Okay. Last couple of comments, and then we will end this thing. Gerald says, my cousin introduced me to football when we had the Baltimore Colts. I was about 5 or 6 years old. All right, so you know what time it is, folks. You know what time it is. I mean, Brooke, she put it up there, but what she wanted really was for me to go ahead and do this thing right here. So I got a couple of final shots. Just want to say the Ravens need that extra cornerback to be brought in. Eric DeCosta, if you're listening, I know Lacey is, she's usually following and watching some of the stuff here and there on the shows. Y'all need to go ahead and get that corner. Go and get him. Go and get him. I need one of these guys. Go and put him up on the shopping list. Go and put him in the car, bring him to Baltimore, man, because those other teams, they ain't got nothing going for them. They ain't got it. That's all I'm saying, folks. All right, 3 comments, and we out. Alicia says, it's been great, y'all. Then Brooke says, unrelated, Prochet had a tryout with the Jets today. I hope he get with the Jets. How much firepower do they need? If he go there with the Jets and ball out, I am not saying I'm going anywhere. I am still a Ravens fan 100%, but you better believe I'm going to be peeking over the fence like, hey, Roger, you going good, bro? That's cool. And there's a couple people saying bye. We're going to definitely say bye here in a second. That clock is a violation. You don't like the clock? They couldn't agree more with that. That's funny. All right, folks. Well, it's been real. I appreciate you. If you haven't done it yet, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. I need those likes. I need that support. It helps the algorithm. 100% helps the algorithm if you hit that like button. If you want to support the channel, like I said, just go to the top of the comments and make sure that you hit that link. We got all types of craziness there. But, hey, it's a wonderful weekend. We got football back. It's going to be a good week. All right, end it well. And I wish y'all the best. Hope y'all have a wonderful night. Make the best of it. Make sure you love your kids a little bit, and then make sure you kiss the wife and kiss your husbands and stuff. Make sure y'all enjoy the weekend. Take care. 2 claps. Hit the black.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out. Couch Rider.
some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Writer Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat.